Okay, howdy, 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 I am back. I've returned. Let's give Zombie Dog his due. Make a biscuit for you, Zombie Dog. There you go. Alright, Zombie Dog's taken care of. Then, some tea for me. I guess that's still too hot. Alright, we'll hold off on the tea for a few minutes. Alright, so before I jump into my for realsies game, I mentioned earlier, and you can see on the screen there, the 1024 size maps. So the one we just looked at was 256? I think it was the 256. So I'm going to load in the 1024 UK map that they mentioned right here. It says very hard difficulty, carefully prepared challenge. Based on real data, towns, industries, even forests and grass wetness. I think that's a joke. But, yeah. I actually have no idea if there are... I don't think there are AI competitors that you play against. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the roadmap mentioned it. I haven't carefully gone down the roadmap information that I linked in chat to see all the options, but... yeah, let's load up this new scenario, 1024H UK. So, let's see, is it under new game? Custom maps, 1024H UK. United Kingdom and Ireland, created from the real SAT data, real forests and wetgrass mask, real towns, real industry, including some names, hard difficulty. Start game. We'll take a look at it for a little bit before we start up a much more manageable game. Alright, step 1, press the 1 key and go to pause mode. Alright, early Steam age, yeah, not going to worry about that. So, let's zoom into the tip of this teeny little island out here. Look at that, we can almost go underwater. I feel like can I swim? It makes the water sound, or the footsteps sound even in the water. That looks a little weird. We're kind of short. Alright, so I believe we're standing at the very northern tip. Let's get out of this mode. And we'll do our... Oop, where did it put me? I think it teleported me out into the ocean. Let's zoom out a bit. Alright. So, that's what we're looking at right there. What, this orientation, right? Yeah, this orientation. So, there we go. The map. Southern tip. Truro. What else we got? Plymouth. Exeter. I know, London is there, right? Yep, London, 89. So, that's it in all its glory. It is a big 1024 map. So, London at 89. I know some folks in the Liverpool, Manchester area. Where were we earlier? We were way up here. Kirkwall. How about the Isle of Man? Do they have the Isle of Man? Whoa, that's some coal-bearing hills. Alright. Gotta get it all the way over to Belfast. So, this one, the terrain is more realistic, quote-unquote. Mapped off of real satellite data, so the hills, the placement of the resources, the cities, the population levels, much more realistically simulated. We're not going to play on this map. Up to Scotland, please. Any particular part? Edinburgh? Glasgow? Dundee and Perth. This is some mountainous terrain up here. What a joy to run some railroads through this. You looking for your house? And can you see your house from here? Is it this one? You can be honest, this is your house right here, right? With that lovely scenic overlook. Is that your room? Am I peeking in your window there? Oh, hey, look at that. I'm peeking in your window. So, do you have a sawmill nearby? Do you have forests? What do you got there in Aberdeen? In 1900 or September of 1920. I'm sure you were hanging out in Aberdeen around then, so. Oil? Well, oil will show. It's just not available yet. As you progress through the ages and the eras, the additional resources start showing up. So I'm sure there probably is oil realistically listed near Aberdeen. We just can't see it at this stage of the gameplay. So yeah, this kind of map would be fun, and especially as he adds more information for whatever region you might be in. This kind of a map with this kind of a detail looks like it'd be a hoot. With the realistic mountain ranges and so on. Trying to get some of the Central European areas would be pretty cool. I'm not sure which other ones we have actually. Let's bounce back out. What are the other choices? New game, custom map. So I don't know what these things mean. Island, double, lake. I don't think there's any others generated on realistic map data yet. I think this is the first one. He was probably waiting to get to the 1024s implemented, because these are brand new, these sizes. So in order to make interesting real data maps, I think you needed them to be a certain size. Oil out in the sea? Well, that's a problem. I don't think he simulates that. I think he only does the land stuff. I don't think there's boats or anything in the water. So yeah, I don't think any of these other ones have much in the way of detail. Not recommended for beginners. Let's look at 512 Lake. That's the next size down. Passenger destination. Each passenger. Oh, I think these custom maps have their own rule sets, and I think they're customer configurable or player configurable. So we might have a maps gen that you can load in, or something like that. So each passenger and male decides where he wants to go. He will choose the connections accordingly. As soon as he changes, he pays for the current ride and waits at the station for the right connection. Only passengers leaving at the destination are included in the city's growth. Alright, I'll follow all that, but mostly I just want to see what this looks like. Whoa. Okay, that's bizarre looking. So you're basically driving or running trains around this big-ass lake somehow? That's weird. That's some cliffs. Nice little bit of agricultural area there. Alright, that's interesting, but not something I'm curious about. I think that's all I'm going to look at there. Alright, let's figure out our 4 realsies. Whoop, extensions, mods. Opens window where extensions and mods can be added, removed. I have no information or idea of how extensive the current extension mod scene is for the game. But as noted, you can make your own maps. Map editor, scenarios, editor. Free building and unlimited tokens. Go crazy. Alright, so let's go new game. What size do we want? Smallest? The largest. I'm thinking of 512. I don't want to be on a tiny map. I think either 250 or 512 is where I probably want to be. 250, I believe, is the one we selected for our... Oh, wait, no, we did recommended. We did the tiny map earlier. So let's go up 1. Go big or go home? Not with... I'm already floundering enough. I don't need to be so overwhelmed with options that it just throws me into a fit of analysis paralysis. Let's keep things somewhat manageable for my limited intellect. So we'll bump it up. We'll go to 256, 256. We were at 128 for the first test game where we did all the tutorial stuff. So we'll do that. Low density. How about we do medium density hills? Let's make it a little rough. Medium forests, medium. I still want low lakes. Medium fields. Starting in era 1. We can go all the way up to era 3 as a start. I know eras up to 6 are available in the game now, but apparently for the starting era, you got to pick 1, 2, or 3. We'll start at the bottom. I do want to go to advanced, because I want to say no tutorial this time. I'll just smash my way through whatever I need, or, you know, suffer the consequences of my ignorance. Random quests, fine. Arrow progression method. Oh, so we have an option now. You either have to pay your way through the tokens, or by a specific date. I think he added the specific date thing. I think before it was always tokens only. We'll say pay only. I wanna progress through the pyramid scheme of resource production chains. Cargo, passenger destination. So this is the thing that it was just talking about. Each passenger male decides where he wants to go. So either yes or no. Sure. Tokens, I'll just take the default. Starting loan 2,000. Maximum above the starting you can borrow. Yearly for every 100 money tokens borrowed. Alright. Fuel cost default. Maintenance according to age, sure. I think everything else is fine. I don't know enough about them to really make... Oh, hey. Town name set. Well, that's cool. Glad I scrolled down a little further. So, of course, I'm most familiar with the United States. I'm fairly geographically literate, so I could probably work my way through a good number of these and have some understanding of where at least the big cities are. It doesn't really matter. It's not the actual maps, so it's just the names. But is there any particular one somebody's really hot and passionate about me using the names for? I don't particularly care. Canada? Canassa? You hanging out in Canassa? Go Czech? Go Chinese. Okay, let me say I will have pronunciation problems if we pick things like Chinese or even European. I'll probably stumble over a number of them. So I'm fairly safe with English and UK and probably Canada. Although some of the French will throw me probably. But world? Yeah, that might be an interesting choice. Yeah, let's go world. That sounds fun. Let's pick world. I want to see what that looks like. Another time we'll let people kind of pick. So we're gonna say world. Just massive grab bag. I expect Vietnamese right next to Hungary, right next to Slovakia, and I expect to mangle most of the names. Okay, so town names are set. Rust is visible. Sure. Magic flip. Oh, this is whether we can do that teleport turnaround. Vehicles magically turn around when changing drive direction. Otherwise, train can still change drive direction, but will go on reverse with some limits. See, that's the realistic setting. Right now, we've got magic flipping. To substitute more typos, disabled magic flip, you can do one of the following actions. Build a loop. So, yep, I understand the loop. To continue forward and naturally turn around, build dead-end junction and set a waypoint there so vehicles can go on reverse to the waypoint, stop and continue forward. Road vehicles are able to use any such junction automatically. Send the vehicle to a depot. Alright. We're going to keep Magic Flip for now, but I definitely, if it's a game I continue to play a fair amount, I would probably disable Magic Flip and force one of the other options. Either have the train drive in reverse at reduced settings, or build turnarounds, build loops, and other options. Stop trains if no money. No, we're gonna go full on help Vormithrax mode. Reverse when the hill's too steep. Oh. Trains will turn around if they get stuck on hills because the locomotive isn't powerful enough. That's going to be fun. I'm tempted, but we're going to leave most of this realism stuff off for the moment. We'll get them. I'm glad they're in game. It's really cool that they're added, because that way if you've got underpowered engines with 18 long train of coal cars trying to putter its way up a steep slope, it'll hit the first incline and then say, nope. Reverse at stations. Trains will turn around at stations even if the line continues beyond. Reverse at stop signals. Yeah, I think the rest I'm going to leave alone. Without the magical flip, it's basically Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I don't have enough hours in OTTD to say or compare or confirm, but sounds right from the very limited amount of OTTD I've played. I'm quite a few. I'm a decade or two away from my last big Transport Tycoon Deluxe binge, so I'm having to. I haven't really heavily played a train game with detailed tracks and signaling and so on in quite a while, so it's going to take a lot of brain sweat for me to get back into that. My understanding is the developer is Czech. I don't think it's. I'm pretty sure he's Czech, or whatever the appropriate word for a person of that location is. Czechoslovakian? I'm just going to say Czech. No insults given or intended. If I mispronounce, misname, mislabel, and so on. Alright, so I think we're set. We'll stick with Alpine for this run, 256. I like it. Let's go. Start game. That way I can begin the analysis paralysis while looking at a map. So, early Steam Age. We're out of the tutorial mode, but we still have to advance through the ages. So we should just get... Hey, pause. We should just get these Steam Age, or the era quests to let us know how to unlock the next era and progress. We'll get the subsidy quests, and there may be other random quests included. I haven't played enough to know. But we shouldn't get all the tutorial stuff, I'm hoping. So we know about this one. We need wood and we need coal. So just put that away. We've got our 2,000 starting money, and we have our map, which is yeah, I like this size map. This is the 256 map. We were on the 124, 128. We were on the 128 initially, so this is the 256 version. Briefly looking around, we've got a cluster of coal with the toolworks there. We've got a whole crap load of wood and a lumber there. Lumber right next to the toolworks, huh? Not much going on in the south, unfortunately. 2 lumber and or 2 forests and a lumber. Passenger rail. Another toolworks with coal. That's pretty isolated. That's mostly useless there. So, looks like we're going to be spending most of our initial time up in the north. We do have 2 cities right next to each other with a third there. I could do a rail route, passenger route, just between these 4 cities. Not much else that I can see going on down here, and seems fairly flat. We've got a bit of an incline there, and we'd have to kind of thread our way through here. That is pretty easy run there, just to do a back and forth to get some initial income coming in. This is a nightmare over here. I mean, it's nice that it's all on flat ground, but there's no wood and there's no coal anywhere nearby. Coal there, but no lumber except for way up here. I don't see that as being useful. Up north, we got some heavy hills. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's some glorious topography. Where's the tunnel button? Show me the tunnel button. Okay. But the central area here, we've got lumber, or woods. So 3, 4, 5. It's a little awkward that the lumber mill is on the far side of the toolworks. I guess we could split things up, have coal. I don't know, that lumber needs to go there as well. We could share platforms, dump materials on a platform for later haulage out. I think what I might do is just get a simple passenger run set up here. I'm just debating that one. Maybe I'll just do these 3. Leave that one out of it. I suppose if I bulldozed or flattened this section, I could, I'd like to run the tracks parallel to the town here. That's the thing I'm going to have the most problem with, is planning for future growth. And planning those extensions. That's where things are going to hurt. Z-Dog did get his Mega Biscuit. As soon as I sat down and turned the camera back on, I gave him his Mega Biscuit. Let's see those city names. Well, let's do it the easy way. Let's go here and click towns. We got Bogota, Changsha, Delhi, Hong Kong, Hyderabad, London, Mumbai, Rio de Janeiro. Oh man, that's where I'm going to have a problem. I don't know how to pronounce Chinese city names generally. Shahuang? Zhan? I'll make an attempt, but I'll get it very wrong. So, like I said, don't be offended when I say your hometown wrong. I kind of like the world, though. That gives everybody an opportunity, a random chance to have something that they're familiar with for my vastly international audience. So that'll work. Let's use that same thing. So industry, coal mines, forests, pretty evenly mixed. We just got a couple of unfortunate toolworks, and we don't have anything else built yet. So get working up there, or get an early, easy train station. I run the station out vertically here, and then just cut across to there. I would like to get a third station involved. I'm not sure it's worth the money here. If I flatten that, run the line, so the train station, run the line up around, and then another one here, so I'd have to bend the train station, or bend the route pretty hard. But if I did that, we could run it down. Yeah, I would love to get all 4 towns in just a round-robin train setup. Nice, simple, single track, all the way around in a circle, and just get some trains spaced out on it, just constantly delivering. I think the brown spots are crop. Oh, I mean, not. There's definitely no crops there. What are the brown spots? I honestly don't know. I don't know why we have brown spots. I'm not sure. It doesn't show up on the bulldoze list. I'm curious if there's cost differences. So that's minus 11. But I mean, I can't see. I think it's just coloration. Maybe it's just locations with low moisture or something. I'm not sure. Well, okay, that's obvious. That's a sunflower crop. I was in the wrong view mode. I was being silly. What do you think? Is that supposed to be wheat and sunflower? So yeah, it's crops. I don't know if I have to pay somebody to go through the I don't know. And it's possible these are future things I need to worry about. So, let me look real quick. That, So, the, link I provided earlier, it shows the eras. I'm wondering if, let's see, industries. Posts, refineries, factories, farms. So there's a farm industry. It shows industries, but it doesn't show like a list of all the resources that you're going to work with in the game. And farm's the closest thing I can see. Coal and iron, towns, oil wells, refineries, factories, steelworks, sand quarry, farm. I don't know. We'll get to it, I guess. Yeah, I still don't understand what this... Oh, alright. Height overlay. Visualize map altitude, rock, and water. Alright. That's the forest resource. Industry overlay. Color-coded? Ink for... Yeah, it's color-coded. Although you got the symbols showing as well, so I guess the color coding's not that important. Electrical grid, we don't have any of that. And occupancy. Visualize occupancy of specific cargo types. Alright. Are there further... Oh, okay, so you can turn the tags on and off. There we go. And we don't have any of that yet. Okay, so crops. I don't know if bulldozing through them is going to be a problem or if it's going to cost me more money or what. If I say to build a rail here, costs 1. If I say to build a rail here, still costs 1. So, I don't know. Alright, back to our perusings. I have that set to auto earlier. Oh yeah, I was musing this setup. So we need to get some kind of income. So I'd rather do just a quick and easy rail route. I think what I'll do is I'll do the obvious one right here. We'll get the trains running back and forth here. And then I'll work on an expansion that will incorporate all 4 of these over time. So I don't know how much it costs to do things, so I'm hesitant to spend a bunch of money setting up 4 stations and so on. I'll probably run out of money before I get it done. So let's start small. We'll just get London and Hyderabad connected, and then we'll expand outward from there once we have some kind of an income source guaranteed. So let's do station and... Is there a benefit? I mean, there is a cost savings here, but I mean, at the scale we're talking about, why would you ever go less than... Later, when I know exactly how many tracks I need, I just need more experience. I don't know whether it's a good idea to just always go to 6, or if it's better to keep it small initially. Let's do this. Let's build 4 this way. That's 5. That's 4. We'll just do a 4 station there. And I think, I want to say, I think you can control where they put roads. There's something about how the city grows, proximity, but now I've forgotten. It was a long time ago when I was reading stuff about it. Alright, and then we're going to do another station. Let's see. I actually want to drop this down if I can. So I can connect in and then roll north later. I don't want to do a vertical station. So, let's play with some terrain. Try to equalize from the low end. And I get rid of that. 52. Alright. And get the station in. That only catches 2. I know I can't place it here, but yeah, that's kind of yucky. Towns prefer to grow next to existing roads. Maybe it's building the roads. I think that's what I remembered, is you want to actually manually build the roads. And you can direct the growth of the buildings by setting the roads. I think that is what I was remembering. Alright, that's too advanced for me to think about right now. Deliver passengers or mail, goods, food. Yeah. Yeah. I think there's probably ways to optimize. So get a road like going out this way and so on. But trying to figure out how to optimize the placement of my station and the future growth of the town and so on it's beyond me at the moment. I just need some real basic train moving initially, and then we'll move to the more advanced stuff later. The optimizing. So I'm only going to have a couple of houses in my catchment area, which is going to suck. Because I can't put it here. I have to put it here. And I need to be able to turn, get the rail to turn on the other side of it. So let's go there. Then we'll just connect these 2 up. Go like so. I'm planning on trying to avoid as much of the tree line as I can there. So we'll keep this slope out nice and gentle as well. We're heading north. We'll just go right up this incline, and then we'll run another station over there. But we're going to wait on that part of it. We're just going to do a back and forth right here initially to get some cash. Trains are going to go constantly. After I finish this, they're going to go back and forth here. But later, they're just going to go in a circle. So it's always going to be one way, one direction. So for now, I do need to get a depot down. Just enough room. Let's put it on the south side. Alright. Engines. Start simple with the porter because we have no choice. And Pullman or the coach car? No idea which one would be better. I'm going to start small again, though. So let's go with, we've got a four length station. So this right here is showing the total length of the train. We're at 1.69. So I got to keep it under 4. And I don't think I'll have a whole bunch of passengers initially. So let's just do 4. That puts us at 3.4. We could do one more. Yep, just barely. We're going to add 0.56, which put us at 3.96. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So, we're just under the limit for our 4 station, which is perfect. We only have 2 locations. Let's throw I'm going to rip this out later, but let's throw this down. Alright, picked up our one passenger. Wait a minute. I gotta watch our delivery of our one passenger. Okay, so we have our first train going. Let's spin this back around. Does the home key get me there? Nope. I think there's a way of getting the view reset back to its north-south orientation that I prefer, but whatever. Alright, so we have some cash coming in. A little tiny bit. That's more like it. 16 out of 40. So we'll get a little more passenger growth as time goes by. This one here has got a better catchment area than this one, unfortunately. We'll need to get the upgrades done as soon as we can. So, extension, catchment area +2. Is that like 1, 2 in every direction? Because I'm tempted to go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do it. I need to know for sure. So it says catchment area +2. I'm going to assume it's 2 out in every direction, because that would help us quite a bit. Oh, right. I have to actually place the building. Yeah, look at that catchment area. I think that'll work just fine. Is it backwards? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. That's going to be much better. Alright, why are you... I want to see my catchment area. Oh. Gotta see it in this mode. Here we go. Yeah, we got almost the entire town now with that catchment mode. Or that catchment edition. This one definitely needs the upgrade eventually as well. 1500. Where would we put it? I don't want to put it there because we need the incoming line later. Yeah, it's going to have to be just kind of back here, unless I extend it. But there you go. Alright, and we got almost the entire town there as well. Only problem being I wish that I had built one further back and then brought the road north first. Get the town to grow on this side. So, let's do a little bit of future planning here. Let's go with... What the hell, game? That looks weird. That wasn't really what I expected. There we go. Nice and clean. So we'll try to plan for some future growth. I'll get this figured out as time goes by. For now, we're going to leave those alone. So how we doing? 23 out of 40 one way and 31 pickup. Cool. On the little money indicators. So, we're making some money. Santa's Helper. I don't want to do Santa's Helper. I don't interested. No thanks. Alright, we're down to 1,300 though. So we've already used a fair chunk of our available cash just getting this set up. So that gives me a good idea. Oops. Alright, delivery of logs. So, I'm familiar with that. Any logs anywhere. Alright, so good. I think that's the next step, is we need to get the logs to a sawmill figured out. So we've got this going. We'll expand to the third town once we've got some cash coming in. There is going to be, now that we're out of the tutorial mode, I am going to be waiting around sometimes for resources to come in. So, alright, so what are we looking at? We got the sawmill. We've got lots of lumber or forests in the area, but I got to figure out how I'm going to organize this. This whole thing is going to be a bit of a mess. We've got triple coal, all wanting to come to these stations. Right now, I just want a nice, clean. Maybe I'll do this one right here. If I do this one, I'm going to have to figure out some weird confluence of track and such with when I'm starting to use one of these. I also don't know yet. I don't have a feel for volume. Like if I try to connect 5 coal to one station, if it can actually process the amount they're bringing in. I doubt it can, even with the extensions. So I don't have a good feel for the ratios I need to work with on how many inputs I can connect in to an output and have it be able to process or handle the load. And there are a lot of variables there. I mean, the production speed of the raw resource, the speed of the train to deliver, the size of the train, for how much it can haul, a huge amount of variability. I have a feel for none of that yet. So, let's see. The coal is the harder part. This is probably the quickest coal link up I have, but it's a single source to a single. One down here and one there, which is not too ugly. Can't really get access to that. There is another one tucked in right there on the side of the city. So I could set up a double track right here, a double station, have a feeder line from this resource that just dumps lumber here, and then have a larger train that picks up this production plus what this brings in and hauls it over to the sawmill. And that would keep it north of this to keep things nice and clean. I could put a double track up here as well, one for the input, and then have the second track deliver the output to this. Yeah, I think I like that idea. I'm not liking the heavy forest we're going to have to go through. So I think the way I'll start is I'll do a single station here, delivering straight over to this lumber mill, and that's all we're going to do. We're going to let that run for a while so we can build up some lumber token, or some lumber, as well as... did we make money on that delivery? I think we... Or did we just get the resource? I'm not sure. Let's let time pass while I'm thinking about this. I gotta set it up anyway, so let's get a feel for how much it's going to cost me. So if we do a station... That's a depot. Do a station... I'm going to want a double station eventually. We'll do the... inside line will be the connector from here. So the lower line will be the one heading out. We'll go... here. Yeah, we still catch it in the catchment. We'll go ahead and do, again, I don't know how big I need to make it technically. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the 6. Over here, we need the double also. But this will be our... starting point. We'll have the other line here. It'll just come straight down into the toolworks. What's this going to cost me? Well, I don't want that. That's terrible. We're going through the middle of the forest pretty much no matter what. So 16, 17, 20. Alright, so yeah, it is more expensive per space through the forest. No surprise. I mean, I could try to go around it, but then the train's going to slow down. Short-term savings versus long-term. Let's go to there. And cancel that. Out to there. And connect up. Alright, nice and simple. So we're going to need a depot with the future plan of this connecting down this way. Probably what I should have done instead of this setup is I should have just done the double initially. I was worried about cache though. I should have used the stamp to do that double with the with the crossover. I think that would have made a lot more sense. So we'll plan on doing that next time. We might have to try to manually reproduce it, which will be fun. That'll be fun. For now, though, let's just drop a depot, I think up here. Alright, stick with the porter, and we need to grab... Yep. We got the 6 long stations on this one, so we could load it up. I don't know how well the porter is going to handle the load. We're at 3.8. We're going to add 0.67 per. Alright, so we've got 4. Let's go to 6. We'll try a 6. It's heading into red territory now. Oh, I can't cancel from here. Get rid of that one. Alright, 5 it is. No signaling necessary. We're just going to go with 1 train for now. Yeah, we saw that earlier with the stamps. It's a cool system. I'm going to bet there's already a bunch created by the fans of the game. That if I go to the Discord or forum or whatever we've got for this, that there's probably more available. But yeah, it is cool that you can hit create new, and I assume you just click and drag to copy a section. Select area of the map by holding the left mouse button. So, yeah, it's a really cool system. I'm a little ways from putting it to full use yet, but it's nice to know it's there. Okay, we have 27 out of 35 logs. We'll see. Next thing I want to know is if I stay at... Let's see. 27 out of 35. Just drag this up here for the moment. I just want to keep an eye here. I want to know if by the time he makes the trip and comes back, how many logs are waiting. That'll give me a feel for the production per trip, and whether we need more cars or a better engine or so on. Move to speed 3. There's the delivery. Heading back. The question is this going to hit 35 by the time he arrives? Speed 4, please. Completely flat terrain, so other than the curves, we shouldn't have much slowdown. So we drop down to 37 or so when we hit the curve. So I was trying to minimize my curves, or keep them fairly shallow. So we got back before it finished completely, so I'll take that. 30 out of 35. We should see something similar to the same number for the next run. We'll just watch it one more time to double check. So I am not making any money out of this. All we're getting is the conversion into into that. So I have to be careful that I have money generators as separate from generation of the logs and materials. So we got 34 stacked up, 36, maybe 40. The Toolworks doesn't give money either, so the things I'm building require money, but they don't give me back any money. So that's where I have to be cautious. I'm dealing with two different... I'm using one revenue stream to be able to create a second revenue stream. So we're definitely going to need to make sure we're expanding our passenger line business so we have cash coming in so we can fund the additional upgrades. Lumber coin! Well, it's not making lumber coin either. It's just making the lumber pieces. I got to get them to the Toolworks to make the lumber coin. So that equals that. This is the coin. When it's got the circular version, that's the raw, that's the coin version. So I get no coin until we complete the full exchange. Hopefully I can get the links done before we max out the storage capacity here. What does it take for the storage on this one? Freight storage takes lumber coin. So we won't be upgrading that until we actually finish the loop. Alright, so we'll let that thing do its job. We've got lumber rolling. Hey, we got our delivery of logs. We get some cash. Not much. That's a tiny amount of cash for the infrastructure we spent to be able to generate that. Delivery of timber. Yeah, timber to Toolworks. A little bit more coin. That's a tiny incentive for the expenditure you have to do. Alright, I'm down to 1,100 of the dollars. Are we getting seasonal changes? I think we're getting seasonal map changes. We're now in October. Cool. Nice touch. Let's switch to this mode. I think we're in seasonal changes. Maybe we'll get snow in the deep winter time. That'd be nice. Winter is coming. Where's the wall? Is that the wall? Where's the watch? Alright, so next thing I want to do is look at figuring out if we can improve. Let's see, what am I trying to say? Improve here. First, are we fully utilizing what we've got? So we picked up 31, so he's not quite grabbing everybody. He's not filling the train, is what I'm trying to say. So we have more cars than we need, technically. We're not going to get to 40 here either. So I could probably drop a car off, which would speed things up slightly, improve the efficiency a bit, cut down on wear and tear on the extra car and maintenance fees and so on. Because we're not, as the towns grow, we'll have to change things. But as of now, we're not fully utilizing what we've got. all right. I know. It's always fun, the viewpoints we get with an international audience. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of income. We'll go ahead and let some time pass. But we definitely need to improve, and I think we do get more money for the distance. I think distance is involved in passenger payouts. I want to say it is. I'm still a little confused by some of the info here. So, is this number of people, or is this the distance traveled? That's the number of people. Alright, I really want to get this next train section put up. I'm not sure I can do it. I mean, the one station is done, but it's going to complicate things if I don't close the loop. Right now it's simple back and forth, but as soon as I try to run this up north, then I've got a more complicated setup. And I either need to double track this station to allow for the back and forth here, plus a back and forth there, which is going to suck all the people out of this one. I think it's just a flat passenger and a dollar coin. I thought I saw an indicator somewhere, and I don't remember where. I think it had to have been in the passenger setup. Accepts. Produces. Reward. It wasn't this info. I don't remember where I saw it. You could be correct. I'll keep looking. But I just don't think I have the money to actually close the loop. I don't think 1200 is going to do it. So I'm still habitually pressing spacebar to stop and start time. No, I can't change the hotkeys. You'll just have to suffer. So notice the difference here. We're getting different amounts. I think if there's other stations, I want to get at least one other station involved, and I think this will answer it. Right now they only have one destination. Alright, we're up to 1200. Even if I foobar it, we'll just have to wait a little bit. So let's get this next one started. So we're going to have a single line running north. We'll just bend slightly, or I may flatten that so we can go straight north. Obviously, we're going to run the station out this way. I'm going to try to keep it to a single track, just looping it. We'll have like 3 or 4 trains at different points in the track, just rolling around, delivering constantly. So, if we go... The straight line is right up past that. I'm going to have to bend to get into the station anyway. Let's go right here. Trying to minimize the slope of that turn, or the degree of that turn. Alright, so that line me up? That lines me up. Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. Maybe we can close the loop. It depends on how messy I get over here. And I haven't bought the trains yet. That's probably one of the most expensive parts. Let's see. 41 passengers waiting. That filled up pretty quick. That's size 9, 10, and 9. So that's the small one. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if we can manage this. I think I'm going to get myself into trouble. Raise this. 72. Uh-oh. I screwed up that one spot. There we go. So that creates a flatter line there. Problem's going to be the approach and the turnaround here. So if we come out and then up, maybe I can come through the hill here, loop around, and then do a cut. But I'm going to need to drop all of this at a minimum. Be expensive. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I thought the interface was telling me it was 1 coin per 50 squares. And I'm getting a portion of that because we've got a short route here. I'm not getting the full 1-to-1 because we've only got like 30 spaces or however many this is. 20 or whatever. Something like that. I thought that's what the interface was trying to tell me. Alright, I want to even the terrain. How much is this going to cost me? Ouch. That's not going to be great. Oops, I wanted it the other way. There we go. Can we get a station in here? I'm going to go bankrupt trying to do this. Alright, we'll put the train station here. We'll put the waiting area in those two spaces. I got enough. Need to leave enough space to get around that edge. Let's just go to there. So the plan is to run this out through the crops, south. And then I've got to run a line